Meanwhile, a San Antonio woman is making the trip to Jerusalem right now. She's never had the money to take the trip until now. Eyewitness News reporter Savannah Louie shares the moment her dream became reality.
Te vas, Juani. Te vas. Felicidades, Juani. Felicidades, Juani.
You're going, Juani. Congratulations. Last week's surprise left Juani Torres so stunned she couldn't speak.
She cried. I start to cry and have very much emotions.
Every year, St. Lawrence Catholic Church organizes trips abroad with members of the church. It's a $4,000 excursion.
It was her dream. She would always just kind of say it in a big sigh, oh, I would love to do that one day.
Which would typically be beyond this Southside CCD teacher's budget. But she doesn't just attend this church, she volunteers here too, even organizing that Jerusalem trip, which originally she didn't think she'd be able to afford. And after seeing the time her mother dedicated to serving others, Juani Jr. was inspired to save up for the ultimate Mother's Day present.
I believe it was over $5,000.
Since November, she's put aside money from paychecks and plate sales, collecting more than enough funds to surprise her mom with the 11-day trip. Today, Juani embarked to Tel Aviv.
It's just in her heart. She has a very servant heart.
Bringing that servant heart that she'll share overseas. Savannah Louie, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.